Hi everyone, what is a variable in statistics? A variable is a piece of information that is used to describe something, and that something could be a person, an object, it could be anything. And there are several types of variables, so let's dive into the details. There are two main types of variables, qualitative and quantitative variables. Qualitative variables are usually textual data, categorical data. That's why we can also call these variables categorical variables. Quantitative variables are numeric values, numbers. Both of these two main types of variables can be further divided into subcategories, into two subcategories each. Qualitative variables can be ordinal or nominal. Ordinal variables are variables whose categories, whose modalities can be arranged in a specific order according to their importance, strength, intensity, size, etc. And a modality is just one of the several values an ordinal variable can take. Let's see a few examples. T-shirt size. A t-shirt can be small, large, extra large, etc. And the different sizes of a t-shirt are the different modalities of the variable t-shirt size. And these modalities or categories can be arranged according to their size. Education level. A kid who's in high school has a much more advanced level of education than some other kid who's in elementary school. There's always a hierarchy between the different modalities of an ordinal variable. Military ranks. In the army, a general has more responsibilities than, let's say, a sergeant. And the different ranks in the military are the different modalities of the variable military ranks. And these ranks can be arranged according to their level of responsibility, for example. Then we have nominal variables. And the difference between ordinal and nominal variables is that with ordinal variables, we have a hierarchy, whereas between the different modalities, whereas with nominal variables, we don't. We don't have a hierarchy between the different values the nominal variable can take. There's no order of arrangement. Let's see a few examples. Color. There's no hierarchy between colors. The blue color isn't more important than the red or the green color. You can arrange colors in whatever order you want. Gender. There's no hierarchy between the two values this variable can take. By the way, gender is called a binary variable because it can only take two values. It only has two modalities, male and female, and there's no hierarchy between male and female. A male isn't more important than a female and vice versa. Movie genre. There's no movie genre that's better than other movie genres. Some people will prefer horror movies. Other people will prefer comedy, dramas, thrillers, etc. So let me say it again. The main difference between ordinal and nominal variables is that with ordinal variables, there will be a hierarchy between the different values an ordinal variable can take, whereas with nominal variables, there won't be any hierarchy, there won't be any order of arrangement. So let's now talk about quantitative variables. Quantitative variables can be either discrete or continuous. And the difference between discrete and continuous variables is that discrete variables can only take a finite number of values, whereas continuous variables can take an infinite number of values. Let's see a few examples of discrete variables. Age. Age is usually expressed in whole numbers. We don't say I'm 43.2 or 43.2 years old. We say I'm 43 or 44. So age will most of the time be expressed with whole numbers, not with decimal numbers. Number of children. A person cannot have 2.5 children. A person can either have 1, 2, 3, or more children, but the number of children will always be expressed with whole numbers, with integers. Same for chapters in a novel. The number of chapters in a novel is expressed with whole numbers. And finally, continuous variables are usually expressed with real numbers or decimal numbers, if you will. Let's take a few examples. Distance. Distance is a continuous variable. From 0 mile to 1 mile, there will be an infinite number of possible values. 0.1, 0.11, 0.111, etc. There will be an infinite number of distances. Same for weight and temperature. These are continuous variables. And again, the main difference between discrete and continuous variables is that discrete can only take a finite number of values, whereas a continuous variable can take an infinite number of values. A side note to talk about discretization. Discretization is a process of turning a continuous variable into a categorical variable. If we take the variable weight as an example, and we want to classify all weights into categories, into divisions. For example, in boxing, we have weight divisions. We would then pick all weights ranging from 154 to 160 pounds and put them and classify them into the category or division called middleweight. All weights ranging from 168 to 175 pounds will be binned into the light heavyweight division, and so on and so forth. This is the process of discretization. We turn a continuous variable into a categorical variable. This is the end of the video. If you liked it, if you deem my video useful, then consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, or dropping a comment. That would help me. That would incentivize me to make more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.